Hi, my name is Mark Zellefrow, and I'm a board-certified behavior analyst with Oakland University's Center for Autism Outreach Services. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about establishing daily routines, using visual supports, and some antecedent strategies you can use at home with your child during this time. First of all, this is a very unprecedented time, so one of the main things we can do is talk to our child and help them understand what's happening, why we're at home, and kind of why their routine has changed so much. That can be done vocally, back and forth with your child. Some children may respond better to visual supports, a social story. There's many resources out there right now to help you kind of facilitate that conversation and work through that with your child. Additionally, one of the biggest things that we can do right now is try to create a new model of routine and consistency. I think it's safe to say all of our worlds have kind of been flipped upside down right now, and there's a lot of change happening and uncertainty. So as much focus and emphasis that we can put on maintaining kind of a new model of routine and consistency for us and our kiddos would be huge, and again help so much. A great thing to do is sort of begin each day making that schedule for you and your child. It can be something as kind of complex as using a visual schedule that you might see during therapy with your child, and you might have access to PECs or Velcro and visual supports that schools or therapy might have sent home. And if you have something along those lines, that's great, and you can absolutely use those and go through your day that way. Also, I know it's a very real world right now, and we don't have access to a lot of things, so just doing it on a simple piece of paper, writing out certain things, and then at the end of that activity, we can just put a check mark through those things, or allow your child to do that. Again, really let them be part of their schedule and part of their day. And something you can do is, you can pick the things that are must-dos for the day. So maybe meal times are a must-do item or activity. Some schoolwork or work-type activities might be another to-do, but then allow your child to pick the order of those things. So do they get to pick if I'm going to do math first or do reading first? Do they get to do for their breaks? So let them pick what their breaks are, and you can allow them the choice of maybe it's going to be iPad today, or going for a walk, or playing with their toys, but sort of looking at those must-dos versus what can maybe be pushed off for a little while. Again, kind of for your mental health, but also for your kids, because this is kind of a stressful time for everybody. So really identifying those must-dos versus want-to-dos, and make sure you really incorporate some break times, being flexible with the rules, maybe again allowing some extra iPad time or unstructured time when typically you wouldn't. It's okay, we're all in this together right now and really trying to figure out that new, again, model of consistency and routine. Another big one is like staying in contact with your support team. I'm sure you guys have heard from your schools or heard from maybe an ABA provider or speech therapy or occupational therapy, if that's something that your child is involved in. But during this time, being isolated at home, it's very important to still stay in contact with others. And again, it could be friends or family members, or it could also be, again, your support team from school and other related therapies. I can promise you we're all here for you and to help you. And we look forward to families reaching out and calling and giving updates or emailing. So please, again, stay in contact with your support team. We are here for you, and we'll give any resources we have possible to help you during this time. Kind of lastly, when looking at just some basic tips and strategies, make sure to have fun. It's a stressful time, like I've said, for all of us. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of new things happening. But at the end of the day, remember to have fun. Kind of embrace this extra time with your child, with your family. Find some new activities that you might like to do. It's a great time to expand interests and find some new interests that you can do with your child, with your family, and again, really kind of cherish this unique but quality time together. When looking at kind of setting up your environment at home to maybe again work on some therapy related tasks or school related tasks, things along those lines, there's some basic, just what we like to call antecedent interventions or strategies that you can do at home to again kind of set up the environment to be a little more productive and kind of replicate what your child might see at school or in therapy, or even again just the kitchen table that they would typically do some reading at or fun activities at or homework, depending on the age of your kiddo. So some environmental modifications that you can make is again just finding some type of space that can be a designated area for learning. It can be a simple chair in the corner. Again, it could be the dining room table with distractions removed. Maybe you have an area that can be turned into an office type space or a play type space. A play type space that you can kind of turn into an office type space. But getting creative and getting flexible with some areas in your home to kind of make it their area and an area to be productive. Another one, again, that I'm huge on and love are visual supports. So many of us are visual learners, whether we kind of realize it or not. We're constantly looking at our phone or looking at our calendar to see what do I have next or what's on my schedule for today or where do I need to be when. Making to-do lists, things along those lines. So we use those all day, every day. And kind of translating that over to our kiddos, they thrive on the same thing. So again, it could be a simple handwritten schedule of tasks they're going to do. And it can be, again, maybe reading, play, math, matching, puzzles, whatever, again, your tasks are for the day, but having that visual reminder there for them. And again, maybe allowing them to be the ones to check off each activity. Another thing that's great to use during those activities are simple like token economy that you can make at home. It's again just a very simple thing you can write on a piece of paper, and you can say I'm working for, maybe it's the iPad, and then you can decide, do they get a check mark or maybe a star after every problem they solve for each individual question, or maybe is it going to be after each worksheet or each puzzle that they complete? They get to check it off, or you check it off for them, and after they get all of the check marks, hey, we're going to get, maybe it's a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. And again, that can be something super simple that you just handwrite on a piece of paper. We all get to get a little creative right now. Something else that I love using with kiddos and families at home are visual timers. So again, it's just another way to give that visual representation of when we start an activity, we have 5 minutes left or 10 minutes left. And the child, you and your kiddo, I guess, really can watch the timer as it starts to shrink towards the end of the activity. And then at the end of that activity, again, you get to check your schedule and see what comes next. Hopefully, again, you guys are getting outside and going for some walks or enjoying some time in the yard. But again, the use of that visual timer is very helpful for us as adults and a lot of families and kids as well. And if you search in, again, your app store for visual timer, there's that red one that comes up. There's also one that's called Countdown that has a yellow duck on it. And again, you get to pick the time that you set it for. And as that timer goes off, it slowly reveals an image. And again, at the end, it gives a little burst, and it's fun for your child to see, for you to watch. And again, just another great simple tool that you can use to help get through your day. Another thing that you guys might be very familiar with are choice boards. So again, giving your child choice in the tasks that you're going to do. when making that schedule, looking at must-dos versus want-to-dos, making sure you're incorporating those breaks. Like I said, first then boards are also very helpful, and that can be done on a simple piece of paper. Again, first we're going to read, then you can play. So those are a couple just simple strategies that you guys can look at doing throughout the day for you and your kiddo during this time. I know it's, again, stressful and there's a lot of change happening for a lot of people and families, but remember to stay in contact with family and friends, your support team. We're here to help you in any way possible. And again, we look forward to hearing from you guys. Understand that, hey, it might be a new model of routine and consistency for a little while, but we will get back to our normal routines hopefully soon. And lastly, remember just to enjoy this time with each other, cherish it, have fun, and don't forget the small things in life. So until next video, take care. Bye-bye.